Just driving back from Tampa. So traffic, yuck. But anyways, so I've mentioned it before. I have a friend of mine who has an ex-wife of at least 20 years who is diagnosed full-blown narcissist, like to the NPD type. And it's been interesting. So his and my situation was different. I was with one of these people that I finally had to realize that she probably is one of these people for only 3.5 months. And so I can only imagine what it'd be like to be with this person for 20 years. And so she called him and she asked him straight up, am I a narcissist? And apparently he had to drop some truth bombs on her. So it's hard because I was like, the fact that she's asking these questions is massive. It's huge, right? The fact that she's got a therapist that is sinking his or her teeth into this and challenging her on this stuff, because a lot of therapists won't. There's really no point in doing it. The second you do it, usually you become the bad guy. They push you away. You're the problem. You're the narcissist. They project and all that stuff. And it's so hard when you have two people projecting because it's like, there's no winning it. There's not like it's a winning thing, but there's just nothing you can do at that point. You're in a no-win situation. But anyways, the fact that she's asking these questions is massive. But he went on to say, if she doesn't get this under control, she's going into long-term care. She's going to lose her freedom, right? There it is. There's the incentive. So that's the problem with these people is, believe me, I will always hold out hope that Tanya will change. Obviously, it won't be with me. And, he will always hold out hope that his ex-wife will change. Obviously, it's not going to be with him. And also, he has the narcissist that won't let him go. I had the narcissist that I'm dead to her because I embarrassed her really when it's all said and done. It's really what it boils down to. I embarrassed her in public, obviously not intentionally. I'm glad I did it because, I probably wouldn't have picked up on that for a while. And I did do everything I could to prove that she wasn't that person. She wasn't who my therapist was thinking she probably is. Did everything I could, and it only ended up proving that she is that person, right? Or at least probably is that person. Normal, healthy person would not have reacted to the situation the way she did. A normal, healthy person would not have reacted to my emails to her the way she did, where it was turned right back around, all about her, did not even acknowledge anything that I'd said. This is who these people are, and when I finally had to realize who I was dealing with, I was looking everywhere for any thread of hope of change in these types of people. And so I did find this guy. He's on social media. He's, I think he goes under the self-aware narcissist. He's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And I showed my therapist. I was like, look, there's hope. Like, there's one person out there that knows and is trying. And she was like, Dan, he found a platform to feed his grandiosity. I was like, fuck, God fucking damn it. So it's theoretically possible that these people will change, but it takes something very extreme. All right. In his case, she's probably going to therapy because she has to, because she really doesn't have a choice anymore. There are a lot of health complications going on and all that stuff with her. Some addiction stuff and all that. I won't get into details, but yeah. And I told him, I was like, look, you will always love the person that you thought she were. And that's the thing. I was like, when you truly love someone, that doesn't just stop, right? Like, even though I was with this other Tanya for 3.5 months, I will always love her. But the caveat is, I will always love the person I thought she was, the person that she projected to be. I fell in love with who I thought she was, who she projected to be. He fell in love with the person he thought she was, who she projected to be. And yes, I mean, you're capable of still loving them, even though they're, you now figure out and find out that they are this person, or at least most likely in her case diagnosed. But you can't be with someone like that because, again, when it comes to other people, yes, they can kind of care about other people, but it's weird because other people in their lives are just kind of shadows and echoes. They're not real people to them. So, for example, in a relationship, like most normal, healthy people will understand that there are times in a relationship where you have to put in 100% because the other person is going through something and are not capable of putting in effort into the relationship at that point, right? They will be, but they're going through some stuff, and, you know, you're going to have to be the one that puts in 100% effort to keep it together and to support them and to hold that. And you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of yourself or your time, your energy, even maybe your mental health to work through them with whatever they're going through at that time, right? Now, obviously, there's always the light at the end of the tunnel that you can see. So, you know, as long as it's not long-term, then you're good. If it's long-term, then that's a different story. You're going to have to start thinking about, you know, what's really healthy for you at some point. But they can't. Like, their best mindset is going to be that it's, you know, probably 50-50. You know, for example, in Tanya's case, you know, she, shortly after we started dating and started doing all this stuff, she told me over text, she was like, I really love the effort you're putting into this. Well, of course you do. You've probably never had someone that put that level of effort into a relationship before. You know, she would tell me that she felt really calm and safe around me, right? She used the exact phrase calming energy. She said, I really like your calming energy. Well, of course, because you've probably never been with someone like that, right? Or, you know, who knows? They could just be buttering you up. But honestly, I truly believe in her case that she really did feel that way, which made it more confusing when it went to, you know, how do you go from there to saying you're afraid I'm going to beat you up someday? Like, how does that happen in a day or two or three? Like, how does that happen? You know, that's not normal. It's not normal behavior. I know we weren't together that long, but still, like, what? Weird, right? Very weird. But yeah, you have to remember that. And here's the other thing too. Like, let's say, and this is why I talked to him about too. Let's say she does change. Let's say she does evolve and change, right? And you can see it, right? You can see that she's putting in actual work and effort. She's taking ownership of all of her flaws and everything that she did to contribute to the situation or create the situation or whatever it is, right? You're going to always wonder if she's doing it because she wants you back, right? So how many years of a change in a pattern of behavior does it take until you would feel comfortable with the fact that, okay, she has changed, right? Or he, I guess in depending on your situation, he or she has changed, right? They have evolved, right? They have owned up to their shit, right? Or did they just do it because they wanted to get back with you? Which in Tanya's case, I don't have to worry about because, again, I had the narcissist type person where, you know, I'm dead to her because I embarrassed her in public, where he has the narcissist type that's, you know, won't let him go. And it's like, okay, which is worse? I don't know. I can't answer that. They're both, I think, about equally as challenging, you know, but for different reasons, I guess. So I guess it just depends on who you are as a person, which one's worse to you, you know? And I was like, look, you know, unfortunately, like, barriers are not healthy in a relationship, right? Having barriers with someone isn't healthy, but with people like this, you have to have barriers. All right. Boundaries are not enough. It's got to be barriers, right? So that is the tough part about all this stuff. And, there's really not a lot you can do about it. Like I said, you can hold out hope for change and that's about it. So, but understand that there is, and this is, I've wrestled with this too. I'm like, okay, we understand now who these people are. What if you fed into their grandiosity, right? And what if you told them, even let's say you're a therapist working with someone like this. What if you told them straight up that, hey, there are no documented cases of someone like this actually evolving? If you did, all right, if you actually did this, you would be the first person in the history of the world to do this, right? And play into their grandiosity. What if you did that? I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But at the end of the day, if that did work and they did do that, it would obviously be for the wrong reasons. So it's so hard. Like, it's an impossible situation. And that's the other thing too. I was like, bro, she can probably understand logically that she's hurting the people around her. She could probably understand logically that she's hurt you, right? Badly. Okay. And possibly even irreparably. But they can't feel it, right? They can't feel the pain of someone else. They can't feel the pain of what they're causing. So they wouldn't even know the first thing about how to fix it. Like, they wouldn't even know the first thing about how to go about helping you heal or helping fix the situation or helping make it, make things right or better or whatever, So again, you're kind of stuck. You're stuck. There's really nothing you can do. So yeah, I guess I just needed to get that out there. If you are with one of these people, just know and understand that yes, you're always going to love them. But it's because you love you fell in love with the person that you thought they were, the person they projected to be. And yes, you can love them even though they are this person. Even once you understand that they are this person, you can love them anyway. It's this is how a normal, healthy, evolved person works, right? Someone who actually loves someone. This is what real love looks like. But it's going to be bad for you. So you have to set up barriers instead of boundaries, which sucks. And that really sucks because that is not something that a healthy person does. So it's almost like you have to adopt a little bit of their traits to make sure that you're looking after your own mental health. And it's okay to feel bad about having to do that, because that's an extreme measure. It's a very extreme measure. But to them, that's just how they live their life. So, yep. But yeah, anyone out there who's struggling with that currently, man, you're not alone. There's other people that have dealt with that. So, hang in there. It will get better over time. We do have this magical thing in our brains called neuropruning. And that does, time heals all wounds. Scientifically, that's accurate. But it's never going to go away entirely. Like, this is something that you dealt with. This is something that you live with. Hopefully you use it in a positive direction to try to help other people that are going through that without getting hateful, without getting bitter, without getting angry. It's more, he and I both kind of feel more deep sadness and disappointment that this is the way it is. That's all you got.